What's going on, Joe Squad? Welcome back to another video. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It don't cost a thing, you know what I'm saying, to subscribe to the channel and help your boy out. In this video, I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about making sure that we're, not taking these celebrities seriously, and there's examples all over the internet, whether it's Suki with the good coochie, or what's the other chick name, what it is, Sexy Red or whatever, I don't know what she calls herself, Big Sexy, just craziness, man, and I think that unfortunately I think a large percentage of us are not strong enough to separate entertainment from reality. And it's funny, I was watching I often kind of scroll through YouTube just to kind of get inspiration on something to talk about. I just been trying to grow my confidence and get used to being in this space and doing stuff like this. So I often get on YouTube and just kind of look for some inspiration, see what other people talking about and what they got going on and what they doing, and maybe get inspired by something that they're doing and try it. You never know. Trying to find something that I like and something that I can do naturally. And I ran across I don't have the YouTuber's name, but I ran across a video, and there's this monkey app or whatever, where basically you got, I don't know if it's just like a random select where they matching up with people and having these FaceTimes with people, introducing themselves, talking or whatever. So there are like multiple YouTubers or multiple channels where they're doing the cucumber trick, you know what I'm saying? They like putting cucumbers in their pants or whatever. And there's one, no, and pause, man, no homo, you know what I'm saying? But this one video I saw, he kind of asked her, he told her he had two questions to ask her or whatever. And, he asked her how tall she thought he was or whatnot. And then, did the whole thing where he stand up and, she could see what a whoop. And, they're like 18, 19, 20 years old, and I remember being 20 and just the level of maturity. I think that because I'm 30, 35, right? So, when I was 20, it's like we did stuff a little bit more mature, in a more mature fashion. You talking about in the era where they gonna make you wait 90 days before you get up in there, you know what I'm saying? Before you get the yam. That's back in those days where the young ladies was being taught that you need to make guys wait 3 months before before you consider letting it go down. And if you got it before then, you felt like you was the man, so we talking about in those times where things were just so different. But I'm watching this and it made me just think about what we are in society. And some of these girls on here, they like 18, you know what I'm saying, still living at home with their mama, you dig, getting cucumber pranked at their mama house, living at the house of their mama and their daddy. So there's another girl that's real popular, videos got millions of views, and I think Lex, she be doing these pranks or whatever, and it's funny as hell, bro. It's funny as hell. And I remember thinking man, am I gonna have to get on here and really wild out to get some get some clout on this YouTube shit? But I ain't trying to do that, man. I want to, I want my audience to kind of come organically. And Lex does have, but she got to do something like that all the time, to kind of keep them followers coming. The minute she try to quieten it down, it ain't gonna be entertaining no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sitting back looking at stuff, man. it's just crazy to see kind of what we are in the world today and the things that we do to kind of get clout, you know, or gain notoriety, you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of that has to do with the, you know, the influencers of the world, you know, these artists, man, and these celebrities, bro. Like, people that's getting famous now, and, you know, the people that are influencing the culture, bro, it's crazy, dog. Like, imagine growing up in a world where you have real leaders to look up to. You know, you have, and not saying that as a man at 35 years old, I want somebody to look up to, but, you know, growing up, you know, because I'm a man now, you know what I'm saying? But, like, growing up, having role models, man. You know, like, think about it. Like, there's an era of people older than myself that grew up and had Malcolm X, had Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? I think now all we got really is Louis Farrakhan. Like, he's, you know, considered one of those elite leaders. But everybody else is a celebrity. Like, they're in the music industry, and they prop them up in front of us as leaders, you know, and they encourage us to follow their lead. And it's like, bruh, like, even the music, man, I'm trying to think about when I get 50, like, what's gonna be classic to me? You know, is it gonna be Usher? Like, Usher's gonna be classic at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna be my Anita Baker? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is my son gonna listen to that reminds him of my era? You know how we, like, grow up, and, like, with me, you know, old school music for me would be Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying? Luther Vandross, you know, Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker, you know, people like that era of music. You know, that's that, you know, you feeling good, you know what I'm saying? Having you some wine, you put that on. Like, what's gonna be when our kids get older, you know, 15, almost 20 years from now, like, what's gonna be the song that they put on that's gonna remind them of our era? Shit, Suki with the good coochie, huh? Shit, that shit crazy. That is crazy, bro. But yeah, man, don't, you know, you gotta make your own way. I get, you know, sometimes you gotta do some trends to kind of get your name out there and, you know, get noticed and stuff like that. But, you know, one thing I'm figuring out really quickly is that, man, you can't let these celebrities speak for us, bro. You know, you take Black Lives Matter for instance, and I'll go back even further than that. So Barack Obama, I was recently, we went on vacation to Dallas, and we were sitting at the table with this older couple, and we were having a conversation about, you know, just black culture, you know what I'm saying, and the community and the influences of the community, and how different things are now versus, you know, and this couple had to be in a man, somebody blowing me up. This couple had to be in a, because it's true. Let me see. I don't need counseling. Just saying. What's going on, man? Let me see. Nope. So yeah, this couple had to be maybe in their 60s or late 50s. But we got on politics. You know, we start talking about politics, and politics is always a touchy subject, man. Anytime you talk about politics, you know, you start, I guess, the affiliation starts to pour out of people, right? So, you know, we got all black folks in the room, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about the black culture and, you know, what we are today. And we started talking about politics, and I made the comment because we were talking about, I think we was talking about Black Lives Matter or whatever. and I made the comment that, you know, I agree with the slogan, you know what I'm saying, but the organization I didn't quite understand, and I just couldn't get behind, you know what I'm saying. And I initially thought that we were on to something, you know, having people actually protest, you know, and I thought that we were on to something, but then I started noticing an increase in just, you know, black on black crime, you know, people still fighting, still shooting each other. So that made me kind of take a step back and like, well, you know, that it didn't really have the impact that I hoped for. But then to find out that the organization has stole money, you know, and then, you know, we were talking about the changes that were made, because of course you bring up systemic racism, and, you know, I in my opinion, do I think systemic racism still exists? Not in the fashion that it did back then. You know, we're seeing, it's not, in my opinion, I think it's the rich versus the poor at this point. It ain't necessarily based on the color of your skin, you know, like it was back then. I guess at that rate or in that way, I definitely think that their racism still exists, but it's not like it used to be. You know, I can go and become a manager or, you know, a GM or whatever. You know, I can progress and be successful, you know. You know, so there's that ability for us as black people in America. But I do think that there is a rich versus poor thing going, where the systems that are in place are slowly, and I mean strategically, making us more and more poor each day. But then I went on to say how I felt like Barack Obama didn't do anything for black people. And boy, did that start some conversation when I said that. And of course, I went on to mention that Donald Trump did more for black people than Obama did, right? So then I get called the Uncle Tom and this and that and the third. Then of course they asked me about voting, and I said I didn't vote, you know what I'm saying? So that didn't sit well with them either, because I have these opinions, but yet I didn't go and express it at the polls, right? And I made the comment that, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist, you know, meaning that I believe that no matter who's in office, nothing's gonna really happen for black people. You know, we talk about reparations. The Asians got reparations. You know what I'm saying? And they got a law passed to protect Asians, right? All the stuff that black people has been through in this country, and there's no law, there's nothing specific for black people to keep us safe. That tells me everything I need to know. Even when Obama was in office, like, I feel like this. If I'm in office, right? And this is just me, this is my opinion. I would rather get impeached, you know, trying to do something for my people. Like, y'all not gonna tell me that I'm gonna become the president. Yeah, I'm gonna do stuff for the country, but I'm doing something for black people. Like, something. You know what I'm saying? So then, of course, we got on, what did Donald Trump do? And I was saying how he permanently funded, you know, HBCUs, you know, working with Angela Stanton to get people out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing stuff like that, pardon black people to get them out of jail. So, it's things that you can actually go to that he did that was specifically for black people. I didn't vote for Donald Trump, nor did I vote for Obama. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm of the mindset that all the presidents are related. So it doesn't seem like anybody that we vote for has our best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? So then I went on to make the comment during this conversation about, you know, asking them, like, you know, are you a Democrat? Right? So they have this perception that the Republicans are racist. And it is so crazy how indoctrinated, you know, we are when it comes to politics. You know, like, if you're a black person, you have to vote Democrat. Like, if you don't vote Democrat, like, you you're lost pretty much. So I was just like, okay, if I was to vote, I'm not just gonna go vote Democrat. Why would I do that? And that started a whole different conversation. So then, like I said, I asked them, do you guys even know what the policies are? Nobody in the room knew what the policies were. They just went and voted. Like, tell me the reason you went and voted Democrat. No one knew. They're making it about just who the presidents are, and because they don't like the presidents, but they're not looking at the policy. So then right then and there, it was a waste of time to even have the rest of the conversation. So then I got called out of my name. It was a lot of tension in the room. Let me say that. And I think this older couple was really upset with me, right? They felt like I let the people down. And I'm looking like, bruh, it's 2023. Like, we got to be reading policies before we go out and vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to go vote, if you're going to express that right, know the policy. Know why you're voting for this person. Why are you putting your governor in office? You know what I'm saying? Like, understand the policies. What policy? Because you got to take race out of it. Because what they decide to do is going to affect the entire country, right? So when you take race out of it, why are you voting for this person? What policies are they trying to put in place that resonates with you, or that you're going to benefit from? If you can't answer that question, you don't need to be voting, because at that point you're just throwing darts with your eyes closed. You don't even, you know what I'm saying? You about to have an impact on the country and you don't even know why. You just voting because of you seen Joe Biden on BET or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. So no, I don't subscribe to that type of shit. I don't get down with that. So no, I don't vote. Maybe I didn't like neither one of the candidates, but if I had to choose, it would have been Donald Trump. I'm sorry. That's like, and then like the whole thing with Donald Trump being racist is kind of like if Ric Flair all of a sudden ran for president, or like ran for office, and then all of a sudden he's racist, right? And he has been in music videos with the Migos and everybody else. Like Donald Trump was always in music videos with black people. Everybody was rocking with Donald Trump. So I mean, it's the way that the media is, I think, in my opinion, controlled at times for whatever reason by the left, it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They always seem to get the control of media though. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation, man. And like I said, man, you got to think for yourself. We got to start thinking for ourselves. Don't let our opinions be driven and created by these media pundits, celebrities who they prop up and propagate, propagate the agenda, man. Like, you gotta do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why we are where we are today. The economy is fucking struggling. The middle class is turning into the poor class, and the rich is steady getting richer. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out here, man. But anyway, just a little something I wanted to get on here and discuss with y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, man, please hit that subscribe button, support the channel, man. I definitely would appreciate it. Leave me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on what I had to say. Till next time, this your boy Joe Squad. I'm out.